Stand together.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो हमारी आए, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We don't have to get anything in our spiritual quest. The rule is na kuch pana, na kuch khona. We don't get anything because we are divine. We don't have to become divine. Like we are man, we become husband. We don't become man. By birth we are man. In the same manner, we are divine, we don't have to become anybody. Therefore, the first principle of spiritual life is we are not going to gain anything. Second thing, na kuch khona, we are not going to lose anything. Why? What is ours in this world? Nothing. Right from our body onwards, nothing is ours. Therefore, relax. Let life flow through us. And therefore, we have to discover. First cover was body, we have seen that. Then the second cover is the prana. Prana navesi nirdhari, shudhe trishne pide bhari, hahi sthula ghatache pari, yahu na vegana tu atma. Even the prana cannot be me, because ahuti. Om Swaha. He is liberated now. He came actually for satsang. And when you come to satsang, you are liberated. So, like the gross body, prana also cannot be the self. Because we can control. So the controller is different from the controlled. Therefore, this prana also cannot be, and it is always under the influence of Kshuddha, Trishna, thirst and hunger. Other than this, there is no other. Therefore, you are someone other than the prana. Then, mind also you cannot be. Mana, he, navesi, nishchita, chanchala, samshayate, grasta, aham mamatve lipta, yahu na vilakshana tu chitgana. So here we come, mind. All the spiritual practice is we have to learn how to mind our mind. This is the only thing on spiritual life. First of all, we have to be convinced. Convinced of what? Everything happens only to the mind, nothing happens to the body. Everything happens to the mind, nothing happens to the body. This is not just a theoretical thing I am telling you. I am telling you my direct experience, Anubhav. You must have seen, I had some problem for a few months, so I was holding my hand with a sling like this thing. It was not a fashion, but what happened? This palm was operated for the trigger finger. And when that was being done, they gave the anesthesia, local anesthesia, and I was watching it. They were doing everything. I was watching. That time, it was my direct experience. Nothing happens to body. Everything happens to mind. Now we have taken care of our body so much. We should give good bath, good food, organic food, and early to bed, early to rise, should remain healthy. Very good. So by body we have two operations. One operation is we use the body to earn our bread and butter. Second thing, we work on the body. So when we are doing exercise, what do we get? No money. When we go for a walk, to come back, where do we reach? We lift the weight for what? To put it down. What for we are doing it? So that the body is healthy. So body wise we have two operations. We work by the body, we work on the body. Now come to your mind. Even we have never thought of that we are working by the mind and we are not working on the mind. So if you are asked, what is the meaning of working by the mind? Think. Okay? Working by the body, we go to work, earn our bread and butter. Working by the mind means what? By the mind working means default settings. What is the default setting? देखो सुनो बोलते रहो. See? Therefore, we have to work on the mind. So what will be working on the mind is only control your tongue. So two things. Number one, before we make any comment or talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? You are working on the mind. The second thing is, are we not wasting lot of our energy in talking to ourselves? Non-stop. You know, this I have learned, seen, when you are seeing somebody, maybe on the railway station or a airport or anywhere in a mall, all alone, one man or one woman, only alone. They are not quiet. What they are doing? Talking to themselves. When we understand this, then we have really stepped on the spiritual path. Now the next step. We are all under the influence of personal likes and dislikes. For example, I do not like idli. But South Indians like idli. So if you ask why you don't like idli, I don't like, that's it. Just understand the basic principle. For likes or dislikes, there is no logic. The boy likes the girl, wants to get married to her. The mother doesn't like the girl, she doesn't want him to get married. So the question is, whether you are getting married or your son is getting married. Think. Therefore, if we see what is our life is enslaved by the likes and dislikes of the mind. Throughout life, what we have done is only fulfilling the likes and dislikes of the mind, and it can never be stable. Observe our own life. What we used to like as children, we don't like now. Not only that, day to day, you can just recognize this. There used to be one singer. She is from Tamil Nadu, and she used to sing this Abhanga from Maharashtra. So although she is a Tamilian, she was singing so well, good voice, well trained in music, and very committed with devotion she used to sing. So I used to like it so much. Every day I had to play and listen, play and listen. Slowly, slowly, as the time passed, I again discovered one more singer from Orissa. And she sings the bhajan of Jagannath Bhagwan, Lord Shiva. And when I started listening to her, so I started liking that more. And to that extent, my liking for the earlier is reduced. Now, what is the logic? See, friends, we do not understand this, and we are enslaved by our own mind. Therefore, what will be working on the mind? Working on the mind is decide, discover who is the guiding factor in the chariot of our life. Is it the mind, or is it the discrimination, viveka, or wisdom? This thought comes in Kathopanishad. There are two ways. One is the path of likes and dislikes, Preya Marga, and the second is the path of Shreya, what is right and wrong. So who is guiding us? What is right and wrong is guiding us, or what is like or dislike guiding us? Observe this. Now, for example, early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is right, is it not? What is the life? Late to bed and late to rise is a guarantee to be unhealthy and otherwise. We know that. Right? At childhood we have been studying that. We learned it. Our condition is like what? There was an old bird like me. And he was sitting on the tree, and there were so many small baby birds. So he was giving them satsanga as I am giving you. Look, my dear children, now the hunter will come, spread the net, and he will throw some grains. But that is samsara. Don't go there, don't pick up, or else he will catch you all, put his net along with you on his back and walk away. Understood? Yes, what you understood? All of them together started chanting. Karmanyevadhikaraste mabaleshu kadajana. Mechanically started. Their mantra was, my dear children, the hunter will come, spread the net, throw the grains, don't go, he will catch you and take away. Understood? All of this started chanting in a chorus. And the old bird like me was thinking that I have given the highest wisdom to the people of this world. And watching. And thereafter, the hunter came, spread the net, threw the grains, and the birds, all of them, went and sat there, and they started pecking, and the hunter collected all of them in the net, put them on the back, and started going. And the birds continued chanting, the hunter will come, spread the net, throw the grains, Don't eat it, he will catch you and take away. So what is the problem? The problem is there is no proxy on the spiritual path. Many of us have got this. See, I have studied Upanishad, I have studied Gita, I have gone to this place, I know everything. You just touch like a tape recorder, it comes out better. But can you tell me how to realize? So far, what you are studying, was it a dosha making or not? Friends, conversion of knowledge into experience is spiritual life. And this is what happens with us. Because mana he naveshi nishchita, our mind is not under our control. See, friends, therefore, if we can recognize this point, mind is the culprit. So are we enslaved by the mind or the mind listens to us? It is for this purpose, my friends, in our religion, they have told many things. First of all, you should observe fast once or twice. But then we go and listen to satsang, okay, I will start observing Ekadashi. Because they say, you do Ekadashi, it is good, I will do it. And that day, the food of your choice is made in the house. Then a phone comes to me, Swamiji, you told me accordingly I am doing Ekadashi. Today I have decided to do Ekadashi. But they have, it's okay. They have, it's okay. Sit here. So, what should I do? I said, you eat. But then everybody will laugh at me. Papa always say, he can do nothing. Ekadashi. Whole day eating. So what should I do? I said, you eat coolly. Then, when they will say something, you said, who told you I am doing Ekadashi today? There are 2 Ekadashis, you know. I am doing tomorrow's Ekadashi. There is no control over ourselves. And therefore, we have all the difficulties. Therefore, manahe navesi nishchita, chanchala samshaye grasta is so unsteady and a seat of all doubts. Then aham mamatve lipta. See, friends, this experience, try to get it. When I see something and stop there, no impression is formed on the mind. And if the impressions are formed, thereafter our interaction will be contaminated by the reference of that impression. For thinking, a reference is required. Without reference, you cannot think. See? Suppose I ask you, think. Imagine you are a husband or a wife and think. No problem. Immediately the volcanoes will start boiling out. Second thing. Now you think as Mr. Nobody. Don't become anybody and think. Recognize this. Therefore, this mind is an instrument through which the knowledge of the world is gathered. But then the I gets identified with that knowledge and because of the old habits starts reacting. I like it, I dislike it. I want it, I don't want it. See? In USA, in somebody's house, I went for lunch. So, that lady had gone for work. The husband was there, housekeeper. And then I said, come on, let's have lunch. Swamiji, my son is sleeping in his room. if you can wake him up. There is nothing like free dinner in USA. You have to work. So I had to go to that boy and wake him up. He was sleeping diagonally in the Bhujangasana in a big, a king size bed, huge structure. So I saw, got afraid and came back. Then maybe he may be not well, he may be tired. No, somebody is lazy. Now the question is, I have to survive. I immediately changed the topic. Hey, what are the foods that are prepared? You prepared, your wife prepared. I was told you are a very good cook. What you have cooked? Change the topic. Friends, this is one technique. Learn the art of changing the topics so easily as we change the channels of our video. Don't argue, don't discuss. Change the topic. And I said, come on, let's eat food now. Swamiji, you take. I said, okay, I have come only for that. I started serving myself. He started. Swamiji, I don't know what to do. I said, I don't know if you don't know. How simple. At home, typical NRIs, they live there physically. Mind में they are here. ना घर के ना घाट के. So, back home, standard phrase, back home, when my father used to come to my room, out of fear and reverence, I used to run to go to other room. Now here, when my son comes to my room, out of fear and fear, I run out of the house. What is my life? I said, you are born to run. Run. See, friends, stop complaining in your life. You are here for your evolution. You cannot help anybody in this world. Try my two principles. Don't try to make anybody happy. God failed. His own creation, is it not? Ananda deva kalvimani bhutani jayante. The whole world is created by God, who is Ananda Swarupa. See? And why sound is less? Now is it okay? Now it is okay? So far what I was talking, it has gone away. I am not starting both the mics because of this electronic omkar. Therefore I am starting only one. So, if we are working on our mind, means we have to rise above our personal likes and dislikes, but we have to follow what is right and wrong is the criteria of our interaction in this world. Then, aham mamatve liptva. Now this mind, when it is accepted as my own property, then we get influenced by the mind. And for that, live in the world in such a manner that no impressions be formed on the mind. One of the happy mantra is, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Means what? Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Kshatrau mitre putre bandhau ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandhau. Don't create friends and enemies. Be friendly with everybody. Bhagavan says, Adveshta sarva bhutana maitra karuna evacha. Maitra means be friendly. Therefore, aham mamatve lipta. And then the mind alone is having this mamata. Mamata is what? Mamata is a possessiveness. Yesterday I told you probably, or this morning, when I is extending to include something finite, it is called as mamata. Now this mamata has got two shades. Someone is mine, somebody is not mine. Both are finite. Daughter is mine. Daughter-in-law is not mine. Both are seen. Samsara begins. See? Therefore, this mamata we have to recognize whenever we associate with finite, the mind is the problem. Then what is to be done? Associate the mind with the infinite. Association of mind with the infinite is devotion, bhakti. See? Mamata is called as asakti. Asakti means jasakti. Tikti nahi. See? And our bhakti is not bhakti. It is a bargain. See? Guru Ayurappa, if this happens, I will do this thing. And he is laughing there. See, friend, therefore our bhakti tikti nahi bhakti hai. See, friends, therefore work on the mind with this understanding. Let us not associate ourselves with finite. When we don't associate with the finite, there is no criteria of division. Yahura vilakshana to chintana. Now, continuing further, we come to the buddhi. Remember the 5 koshas we told you. Annamaya kosha, gross body, how we cannot be. Pranamaya kosha, hunger, thirst, how we cannot be. Manomaya kosha, joy, sorrows, or likes, dislikes, we cannot be. Then we come to the 4th covering, the intellect. Buddhi navesi tu nishchaya, nidra kari hota selaya, janata jagata dehi vyapta hoya, yahu nave gada tu atma. Now, this is one of the most important things to be understood and recognized. When we are awake, that time we are 100% identified with the body, and with reference to the body, we become somebody. First of all, we become man, woman. Technically talking, this is called as mithyatma. Essential is mukhyatma. Essentially, we are divine. And when the identification with the body happens, it is called a mithyatma. Mithya means what? It appears, but it is not. See, friends. And what can we do with the illusions? Mithya means illusions. What can be done with the illusions? You can do nothing with illusions. The only way is recognition of the illusion as an illusion is the only way to get out of the impact of the illusion. Don't have to do anything. We have to learn from our own experiences. Like the mirage waters. We know it is an illusion. Therefore, if we are going and we saw mirage waters, we immediately take a bucket or a bottle, let me fill in. See? Like we have gone to Kumbh Mela, this is the Ganga Jal, so I went to the this mirage waters, this is the mirage Jala. No. Because whatever is recognized as an illusion, following things happen. Number 1, we don't want to have it. Number 2, we don't want to destroy it. Number 3, we don't glorify it. Then we enjoy it. They see how beautiful mirage waters are. The whole truck is reflected. It looks so nice. That's all. We don't feel, I also want to go and take a bath in the mirage water. No. Exactly the same way, the day we come to discover body identification is an illusion. My friends, when this will happen, That time, our Bhagwan Raman Maharshi has entered and manifested through us. So, this world is valid when we are identified. Now, next step. When we were not identified with with our body, that time we continue to exist, is it not? Meaning, our being is independent of the body. We have to do nothing. Sincerely recognize this. Then the question comes, where the intellect goes, it dissolves. When the wave dies, where does it go? It dissolves in the ocean. Dear friends, these are very subtle points we have to recognize. And ocean is one. Deep sleep is common for all of us. It is not separate. From that deep sleep, total identification happens with one particular body, and all the impressions which were gathered with reference to that body, they are available to us. And thereafter, under the influence of those impressions, our thinking begins. Otherwise, imagine when you go to sleep as a doctor, and when you wake up, you have forgotten you are a doctor and you become an engineer. What a fun it will be. Therefore, this intellect cannot be me because it is created during the waking experience. When it is no waking experience, it disappears. So where does it go? The jiva, if you can understand with the following example, you will never talk about last life, this life, next life. You will never talk about what happens after death. If you understand this. For example, when you switch off the bulb, where the light goes, when you switch on, where from the light comes, and is it the first light which has gone, the same one has come? We don't think like this thing. We think after satsang, what is the prasad? Please, my friends, think in this direction. Your whole life will change. This ego, jiva, last life, this life, there is no better bluff than this. See friends, take other example. Very simple. This was switching off and on. So the life is still in the body. The one who slept, he also wake up and he continues. One. Second thing. For whatever reason, the bulb becomes fused. Will the light of the bulb get out of the bulb and go in search of another bulb to enter there? When the person dies, will the jiva go, jao to jao kahan? Be friends, be very attentive. In electricity, there is no light. Bulb without electricity, no light. Therefore, nothing is seen. In a dark room, nothing is seen. Electricity is there, bulb is there, but why there is no light? Because the unholy wedlock has not happened. Then we take the bulb and unite it, you know, with the electricity, suddenly the light happens. And when the light happens, the world is seen exactly the same way. When the consciousness gets identified with the body, the life happens. After the life happens, the world is created. See, friends, therefore, when a candle burns, nothing is lost. How simple it is. Therefore, this buddhi, I, you are not that. And for that, we don't have to do anything. So, what sadhana I have to do? This bottle I am not. What sadhana I have to do? It's very simple. Whatever are the attributes of the bottle, they are not mine. Therefore, I am not bottle. I cannot be the intellect. Why? Because I am never experiencing my absence. But the intellect is absent sometime present. So that which has got the option of presence and absence cannot be me. When we cannot have the experience of our absence, what is the need to tell that I am present? See, friends. Therefore, buddhi navesi tu nishchaya, because nidra kali hota se laya. When we are in the deep sleep, where the intellect goes nowhere, because it doesn't exist. See? Then jagata dehi vyapta hoya. Again you switch off, again the light comes and the world comes into existence. See, my friends, and this is not only for one particular body, but this is a common story for all of us. Now, when those of us who take this drama as real, they suffer. Those who take this drama for fun, they celebrate. Therefore, jagata dehi vyapto ho yavuna vegara tu atma. Now we go to the last covering, the Anandamaya Kosha, the sleep. निद्रानंद ही तू नवेसी हा आनंद एकदेशी बिंबभूत आत्मत्वयासी आत्मत्वे तू परिपूर्ण. Now the deep sleep. In the deep sleep we are happy. Nobody suffers in the deep sleep. We are happy. Because we are happy, happiness is never silent, is it not? Suppose somebody is sitting there. What happened? I am extremely happy. But then why your face is like that? This is what happens. I am not realize. No. Whenever you are happy, you make noise, is it not? Therefore, all those who sleep really, they snore. Sound sleep. Why? That husband who doesn't dare look at his wife out of fear, where from the courage comes to snore loudly. Because I am no more anybody, I am divine. See, friends, recognize this. But this deep sleep happiness is also not the truth. What is the reason? Ha ananda ekadeshi. The happiness of deep sleep is only during deep sleep. And if your deep sleep is disturbed by somebody, how angry we become. So that happiness of the deep sleep is, you know what it is? It is a negative happiness. Absence of miseries. Like the doctors, they give us painkillers. Painkillers are not curative medicines. They kill the pain temporarily, again it comes out. Exactly the same way. The happiness of the deep sleep is absence of miseries. It is not a positive experience. And limited by time, space and object. Therefore, the deep sleep or the current deha also cannot be weak because bimba bhuta atmatvayasi. Now it is technical. If you want to go into real deep, recently I spoke on Panchadashi, chapter 11 in Babulnath temple in Mumbai. The last lecture, I came halfway, remaining I will take next time. The last lecture is this, wherein it is distinctly brought out. Now be very attentive. When we are awake, we come in contact with the world and we get joy sorrows. Like, if you take, suppose this is a mirror. This is the mirror and this is the back side of the mirror. When the mirror is focusing outside, it will reflect all the things. When the same mirror is focusing inside, what it will reflect? Whatever is in front. Is it not? Now I, the buddhi, through the sense organs, identified as in the waking, is looking outside. What happens in deep sleep? We close everything. All sense organs are closed. The mind is withdrawn. And what is the last experience before we go to sleep? I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till such time, I is there and want is there, the sleep doesn't begin. You are doing nothing. Understand? So what is the deep sleep? We have become introvert. The moment we have become introvert, world has disappeared. But nothing to reflect. But does it mean there is nothing? No, no. There is the blissful self that we are. Then in that mind or the Vijnanamaya Kosha, the bliss is reflected. So the deep sleep happiness is the pratibimba, reflected happiness, not the original happiness. As long as we are sleeping, the intellect is introvert, we are happy, and the moment the sleep is over, again the intellect becomes extrovert and samsara begins. If we can learn from our own day-to-day experiences, we don't have to go anywhere. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi, did he go to anybody? If we are following him, he didn't go and ask anybody. He did not go to Himalayas. Learn from your own experience. Kaschit dhiraha pratyagatmanamaikshat avrutta chakshuhu amritatvamichat. Rare indeed is a wise person who avrutta chakshuhu, he who has withdrawn from the total extrovertedness. Why? Amritatvamichat. Now he has no more desires about the worldly things. And therefore, this deep sleep happiness is also not Brahmananda, not the truth. Then Atmatmetu Paripurna. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15th verse. You all know that. Sarvasya chaham hृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्तः स्मृति ज्ञानम अपोहनञ्च वेदैश्च सर्वै अहम एव वेद्यः वेदांत कृत वेद विदेव च. You know this sloka. What is the meaning? Sarvasya cha aham hrudi sannivishta. I am the very heart of everything and being. What you do there? Mattaha, because of me, smriti, jnanam, apohanancha, four things. Smriti, dream. Jnanam, waking experience. Apohanam, deep sleep. Chakarat, samadhi. I alone support. Waking comes and goes. I don't go anywhere. I don't come from anywhere. The dream comes and goes. I am the same. The deep sleep begins and ends. I am the same. The meditation happens or doesn't happen, it makes no difference. This I, Sarvaihi Vedaihi, all the study of the scriptures is aimed at only Aham Eva Vidya. Who am I? Bhagavan Raman. Therefore, we told you, if you do not know who was the ninth president of America, does it make any difference? It makes no difference. What was the weight of the Gada of Hanumanji? How does it matter? But what matters is Aham Eva Vidya. Vidya means worthy of knowing. And it's worthy of. Once we focus our attention on this, then we are the real followers of Bhagavan Raman. It is not a mechanical thing. Shurasya dhara nishita duruttaya durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. This is the path by the one to the one all alone without becoming lonely. Friends, but when we are worldly involved, then we are lonely in the crowd. We are not alone. Therefore, Atmatvetu Paripurna. What is infinite? Infinite is that to which nothing can be added and nothing can be subtracted. Waking and dream experiences are, we get something. I have a house, I have property, I have got family, I have got achievement, failure. Dream also same thing. Something having, something having. Deep sleep, nothing having. So, waking and dream doesn't make me rich. And deep sleep or samadhi doesn't make me poor. But I support both of them. The support is, they were influenced by what is supported. When there are many waves on the ocean, is the ocean becoming rich? When all the waves quieten down, has he lost anything? This principle Bhagavan Krishna tells to Arjuna. He was crying, so many people will die and all that. Bhagavan says, Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidana neva tatraka paridevana. Nobody is born, nobody dies. We are all unmanifest, manifest, unmanifest, manifest. When I sleep, as a Swami, did I die? And when I again identified, am I born again? I am the same. Conditions come and go. Friends. Therefore, Panchakoshansa Anubhava Atma पंचकोशांना जाणता हा आत्मा जाण आयता हा अनुभव घेता तत्वता पाहो न निसंग तू होशी. Now in the 10th mantra the teacher says, Panchakoshanna janata, the one who knows all these 5 coverings. We know body, no difficulty. We know prana, hunger, thirst, no difficulty. We know the mind, joy, sorrows. We know the eye, respected, disrespected. We know the deep sleep, even in the satsanga we sleep. So, we know all the 5 of them. How do we know that? They come and go. Have we come and gone anywhere? You know why this happens? This is because we have to change our standpoint in life. If we want to know Bhagavan Raman Maharshi, this is the simple technique. Change your standpoint in life. So what is the meaning of changing the standpoint? Friends, it is not difficult. Little bit of cool contemplation is required. The space is outside, space is inside. This in and out is decided how? Because our attention is on the hall. Now look at the same phenomena from the space's point of view. Space is not in the hall is in the space. How simple it is. Now this is the beginning. Next. Outside is air, inside is air. You cut the connection between external air and internal air. By what? By kumbhak. How long? Half an hour. Then no question will come. You will be realized. Okay? So, inside it is called prana, outside it is called as air. Inside it is called as Ramana Kendra, outside it is called as air, space. Therefore, what is the truth? Therefore, the air is not in the body is in the air. Think. Next step. This object is known to me when it is included in my mind, is it not? That which is not included in our mind doesn't exist for us. Suppose some good or bad event happened somewhere. We do not. Suppose take a bad event happened and we do not know. We are having a nice party, enjoying. Event has happened already, but we do not know. Makes no difference. Okay? Suppose somebody, just to trouble us, tells us the wrong news. Hey Gupta ji, I heard your son met with a terrible accident in USA. Really? And Gupta ji becomes mad. And he is so disturbed, start talking to himself loudly. Now Gupti, his wife, she is smart. When the age grows, mothers or the wives become smart. The rest of the things you understand. So, the wife doesn't do school. Don't become excited. Call him and find out. Oh, okay. And here's the day, there's a night. He calls. And the son lifts the phone. How many times I told you, don't call this time. He is all right. See? Whatever is included in our mind, that only exists for us, is it not? Whatever is included in your mind, that doesn't exist for me. It is a common mind. So the same mind is outside, same mind is inside. Therefore, where is the body? The body is in the mind. And what is deep sleep? Deep sleep is the common mind trumps the individual mind. When you must have seen these days, small houses are dismantled and big buildings are constructed. So when the houses are dismantled, is the space from the house going out somewhere? Because everything is happening in the space. Space doesn't come and go anywhere. Exactly the same way. We don't come and go everything. Everything is happening in me. Mayi eva sakalam jatam. Mayi sarvam pradishtitam. Mayi sarvam layam yati tad brahmadvayam asmyam. This is the meaning of Bhagavan Raman Maharshi. If I am not there, there cannot be my wife. If I am not there, there cannot be my property. If I am not there, there cannot be my children. But who is this I? This we have never inquired. Therefore, Panchakoshanna Janata Ha Atma Jana Ayata. The body is born. Earlier it was not, afterwards it will not be done. But we have no experience of birth. We are neither born, nor we grow, nor we die. And ultimate, we can never have the experience of our absence. This eternal, uncreated, unmodifying presence is our essential nature. And the name of that presence is called as the word of universe. See, my friends. Panchakoshanna janataha atma jana ayata. When I know this object, do I know I am this object? So I know body, how can I be the body? I know anger, how can I be the anger? I know desire, how can I be the desire? Just recognize this, do nothing. Therefore, Bhagavan Raman Maharshi has not told us any sadhana. Do yoga, do meditation, do japa, nothing. Just be. But we are all the victims of the disease called as I want to do something, do something, do something. And we create confusion. In being, there is no doing. In doing, being is reduced to becoming. Therefore, Panchakoshanna janata atma janayata ha anubhava geta tatvata pahuna nisangatu hoshi. When you come to discover this, not theoretically, anubhava geta, it must be our experience. See, about this I'll tell you an example. In Ahmedabad Management Association, I was conducting a management conference there. And in the evening, I told all the necktie-dhari Mahatmas that evening we'll have a general satsang for everybody. So come with your family, your wife, in-laws, outlaws, children, everybody come. We'll have fun. Enough of management. Do you know what is a management? Management is a myth. Mismanagement is the truth. I said that is over. Now let us have something better. So we all came. And big crowd. I said now we'll play something. And then I called one child. Hey, you come, the child. Now you speak something, whatever you like to speak. Maybe about you or anything. Well, the child is hardly 5 years. He has a problem what to talk. What to talk? I said, talk anything, we will not object. With great difficulty, looking here and there, finally, I like chocolates. Very good, wonderful. We are giving a good lecture. Continue. Again silent. Now, come on, talk. To talk, what to talk. I don't like to take bath. Mummy tells me take bath, I don't like. Very good, you are such a lovely lecturer. Talk something more. He said, no, that's all, I can't talk more. You have to talk. He said, no, I don't want to talk, there is nothing. But you have to stay here for 2 minutes more. Simply stand. He said, no, I want to go. I said, you cannot go like that. He said, if you don't allow me to go, I will do shushu here. He threatened and went away. Now the experiment is not over. Then I called one, 86 not out. And told that 86 not out. You have to talk for 3 minutes. We have to call police to bundle him up and take him away. Because, now understand, the child was having hardly any past, so hardly anything to talk. 86 not out, no future, only past. So what will he talk? All the time, जाने कहाँ गए वो दिन, all the time, the same thing. This is how we live inside the body and create a fictitious personality. This is what we have to say. See? पंचकोशांना जाणता आत्मा जाण आयता हा अनुभव घेता तत्वता. Now come to discover this. Who is the experiencer? When some object is there, I see that and I say, I have seen that. So this is one experiencer. Second experiencer is the object is seen, but experiencer is not born. That is the ultimate truth. And nobody can help us in this. Therefore, our spiritual practice is देखो सुनो मत बोलो. The moment we make comment, an experiencer is born. Experience without experiencer is God. It is something like, will the fire be burnt because of the heat? Will the earth get into giddiness because of the constant moving? Will the water be afraid of drowning in the ocean? Oh, it's too deep here. See? It doesn't happen. In the same manner, let the things come and go. Nothing has happened to us till date. Nothing will happen to us anytime. We are the substratum. In Panchadashi, 10th chapter, this topic comes. Like these lights, we are 100. It is not a burden for the lights. Oh, so many of them, I have to eliminate all of them. And if all of us go away, or if nobody to go, then what will I do? No. If there is a discourse, the light doesn't become holy. If the disco, the light doesn't become unholy. Recognize these basic principles of life. Illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. When I see the red color, my eyes don't become red. When I see the green color, eyes don't become green. When my eyes see the blue color, eyes don't become blue. When the eyes see the man, they don't become masculine. When they see a girl, they don't become feminine because they are only illuminator. Exactly the same way. When experience happens, don't become experiencer, you are one with the divine. And that is our natural state. See friends, when we are unnatural, we suffer. When we are natural, we don't suffer. See friends, this is Bhagwan Raman versus spiritual practice. Otherwise, sit like this, do meditation. Whatever 21st January, World Meditation Day, the whole world is fooled by this stupid word meditation. Meditation is not an action. Meditation is an experience. Like love. Example I gave you. Boy and a girl, they love each other. It is action. And what happens in action? I have fallen in love. Because in action you fall. But the mother does not love the child. She has love for the child. So love is a noun for the mother. And for the boy and the girl, it is a verb. In the same manner, Bhagavan Raman Maharshi has meditation as an experience. And for 21st January, for the world has meditation as an action. So only on 21st January, meditation, rest of the life, frustration. Hey friends, we have to live in this knowledge 24/7. Therefore, Panchakoshanna Janata Atma Jana Ayata. Ayata means uncreated, natural. That which is subject to creation is also subject to destruction, is subject to modification. We can modify everything in the space, but you cannot modify the space. We can modify our waking world. We may be able to modify our dreams. We may be able to modify our deep sleep. But we cannot modify ourselves. We are beyond all changes. Therefore, these three experiences, if we become aware of that, first is we are not born. Second thing, we do not have the experience, we are growing. It is the children, they tell us. A girl was told by a child, Auntie, what is the time? Don't call me auntie, call me Didi or a Buddha. You are becoming old and you don't want to be called auntie. See? In one ISKCON temple, there was a marriage. So I was there, sitting like you are sitting in the audience, and there was one oldie sitting next to me. One small little girl came, very sweet. He came running and hugged her grandfather, and she said, Dadaji, everybody is calling you up on the stage, please come. He said, don't call me Dadaji, call me uncle or a Buddha. So it is not his fault, because we do not have the experience of our growth. Somebody has to tell. Now you are a grown-up. Behave like a grown-up person. You are not a baby, isn't it? And yet we are unable to recognize, learn from our own experiences. See, my friends, spiritual practice is not done. Like love is not done. Love happens. प्यार किया नहीं जाता, हो जाता है. But then we struggle. I want to love. किसको love करूँ यार? कोई मिलती नहीं. हाँ, अनुभव घेता तत्वता पाहुन निसंग तु होशी. Now how do we know we are abiding in the truth? How do you know the space in the hall? Space supports everything, opposes nothing, but doesn't get influenced by anything. Now apply this principle in our life. Our eyes support all colors and forms, oppose none, but do not get influenced by anyone. Our ears support all the words. Somebody praises us, we hear. Somebody condemns us, we hear. But the ears are not affected. The mind supports joy and sorrows. Both. Mind is beyond joy and sorrow. Similarly, we support waking and dream and deep sleep and samadhi. We don't oppose anything. This is what we are. देखो महाराज, if we struggle, if we become frustrated, if we are depressed, if we are argumentative, if we are commentative, if we have got opinions, sitting in front of Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi is the highest disrespect. See, my friends, he never said, you come, you go. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. See, my friend, space doesn't invite the elements and doesn't reject anything. This is what we are. And what is this? This is the eloquence of the silence. Bhagwan Raman Maharshi demonstrated everything through the eloquence of silence. Many people have gone to him. He'll be sitting quiet. And many of us had this notion that he was observing mode. He was not observing mode. He had nothing to talk. Just for the sake of experimentation. Look at the space and try to talk. What we do? We will either close the eyes or we'll become blank and we look at the fan. I'll tell you how to look at the space. Be attentive. How many fingers? 5. Why they are 5? Because between two fingers there is space. Is it not? So you are seeing both the forms and the formless. But where is your attention? On the forms. And therefore you miss the formless. See? We are attracted towards something extraordinary. These fingers have got different shapes. Extraordinary. Face is common. What is the speciality in us? Some are ladies, some are gents, some are young, some are old, some are rich, some are poor. Speciality. Get out of it. All of us are Hindus. Get out of that. All of us are Indians. Get out of that. All of us are human beings. Get out of that. All of us are alive. Get out of that. All of us are non-specific existence. The moment I become human being, I am special. The moment I became Indian, I am special. Is the East very holy and West unholy? Is it? In the East there is no sunset and in the West there is no sunrise? Space is the same. And one space is labeled because of the reference of the sunrise. So where the sun rises is the East. And what is the East? Where the sun rises. So who is because of whom? See, my friends, real spiritual attainment is don't become extraordinary, remain ordinary. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. Just be as casual. Patanjali Maharshi's one sutra is there. Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. Prayatna Shaithilya means lesser the efforts required in our life, we are closer to the divinity. Those of us who are hard of hearing, they have to put more efforts to listen because they are not normal. And because they put more efforts, they get tired. And because they get tired, they go to sleep. Why waste time? See? So what is the ultimate? Uttama Sahajavastha. Just be without becoming anybody. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi was not a brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha sannyasi. He was neither a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. He was beyond the Varnashrama Vyavastha. See, my friends, if our ideal is Bhagavan, he must be reflected in our day-to-day life. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. But then what people will say? So if you are in a social circle, you say something. Yeah, when this government is going to improve, when you talk on government, there is no sin or no merit. Why? Government is an illusion. When you talk about the mirage waters, hey, I collected mirage water, so tasty it was. Then it will not create sin or merit because you are talking about illusion. Similarly, talk about government. It is an illusion, government is. Then relax. The more you become thus aware, you will see हाँ अनुभव घेता तत्वता पाहुन निसंग तू होशी. Like the space supports everything, rejects nothing, but doesn't get influenced by anything. We don't have to go to Himalayas. We don't have to have ashrams. We don't have to create friends and disciples. No. We include everything, exclude nothing. And yet, don't get influenced by anything. This is Bhagavan Raman Maharshi is Anubhava Geta Tatvata Pahun Nisangatu Hoshi. You will remain very much in this world, but untouched by the world. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.